Ujiri Municipality Member of Parliament Asuman Basalirwa, who sponsored the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Control Bill as a private member, was ready to present it to Parliament for the first reading as an improved version of the earlier act. This followed the Constitutional Court ruling on 6th May 2023, which nullified the entire Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Control Act of 2016 on grounds that Parliament passed it without the required quorum.
And court has even instructed us to always ascertain the quorum before we pass any bill. Members, we need to be mindful that we are representatives of the people and we must do what is required of us.
According to Parliament, the bill which seeks to regulate and ban use of drugs in Uganda has been treated as urgent. But the Attorney General told legislators his office was still within its mandated 14 days time frame before taking any action on the bill.
The Attorney General's chambers and government has 14 days within which to study the bill, its implication, and then come back and report. Right Honourable Speaker, for Parliament to start moving on bills of Parliament, on decisions of the court, before the Attorney General has taken time to address its mind on the matter, is going to cause unnecessary angst.
According to the Attorney General, it was not proper for such a crucial bill for the country to be handled by a private member, yet it was originally moved by the government. He retaliated the government's interest in the bill despite the Constitutional Court ruling.
This bill was introduced by government. Government is interested in this bill, and government will take timely action on this matter, Right Honourable Speaker. Any cases of drugs are being handled under existing law, and we do not have a real gap at this point other than the issue of the extent of the penalty.
Some members of Parliament claimed that the Attorney General's chambers has acted shabbily in many instances by neglecting several important bills, and as such, the courts end up striking down the bills, leaving Parliament looking bad.
There is a need for us to ensure that we have timelines for ministries to bring regulations. Otherwise, the laws we pass here may never be operationalized without laws, like the road fund.
There is no law to talk about as a private member's bill now. So we have to go through the entire processes as if there is no law.
The challenge we've been having, learned Attorney General, is that courts make pronouncements on pieces of legislation and you keep quiet. I'll give an example. The Muhanga Chivumbi case is here. For the last 12 years, you were quiet.
A deadline, either 10 days or after 14 days. If he doesn't bring, then the Honourable Asman brings, such that we will now accuse him of failure.
If we introduce a private member's bill, we have to work backwards, reconcile them and etc. Yet we have done all this work.
The Speaker of Parliament, Anita, gave Attorney General up to Thursday, 18th May 2023 to come up with the proposed changes to the bill and present it to Parliament for reconsideration. And should the Attorney General fail to present the bill, MPs have vowed to move ahead and have the bill presented as a private member's bill. Drug abuse is one of the social ills afflicting many people in Uganda, especially the youth, who end up as social misfits and also suffer from mental illness. Ramson Muhire, Church of Uganda Family TV, News at 8.